What's going on, everyone? So we have our hands on the brand new Series 8 Apple Watch as well as the brand new SE2 Apple Watch, which Apple actually is just calling it SE as well. They're just continuing that same name. But what makes this one different than the other SE models is just look at the backside. It has this nice matte texture. So I guess this will be a feature for the next generation Apple Watch S2, which is quite neat. If you look at the backside, the text does claim that it is indeed aluminum, but it's interesting because it does have a matte silicone-like feel, which is, yeah, interesting. Of course, it is water resistant up to 50 meters. It's WR50. And then, new this time around, is the Nike watch bands are available across all the other Apple Watches. So you don't have to own the Nike edition to actually have access to the Nike watch faces, which is really cool because the Nike logo itself, if you tap on it, it will actually run the Nike Run Club app, which is optional. You don't have to have this installed, but I just like this because it frees up a complication space so you can have a quick shortcut to that app if you do use it on a daily basis. But as you see right here, we have the SE2 and the Series 8 Apple Watch, and the bands you see here are the Nike version. You have this amazing blue shade one that just says, "Let's do it." I'm sorry, I just have to leave that in the video now, especially after I said it all confidently. Like, this is one of the new watch bands for the Nike band selection. But yeah, new this year is that the next generation of Apple Watches, if you like the Nike band, you could just apply. If you like the Nike watch face, you could just add it to your watch. Now, if we take a look at the back side of the Series 8 Apple Watch, the bottom sensors are 100% identical to the previous generation Apple Watch appearance-wise. But internally, it does have two temperature sensors, one on top of the display that actually will keep track of in the environment that the Apple Watch is in, and the other one that's actually facing you down to your skin. Now, this is used for women's health, menstrual cycles and such, but something tells me with this hardware integrated in the Series 8, expect to see some third-party app developers utilize this temperature sensor to do cool stuff like monitor your overall body temperature and maybe integrate it to some workouts. So I'm definitely looking forward to the future with these two body temperatures, and hopefully in the near future Apple will allow this to have more capabilities as well. And then for the next cool feature is the internal accelerometers, gyroscope. All of that actually has been enhanced and improved, as now it can detect higher G forces than ever before, give you more accurate measurements, and because of this also gave these two devices the capability to have crash detection. So taking the step forward from fall detection, but now it could do crash detection. So not only can it detect you if you have a hard impact fall and will get a hold of your emergency contact if you're unresponsive, but now if you're involved in a high-end vehicle collision, the Apple Watch can detect that, and it's smart enough to detect what type of body style vehicle it was, like a truck, SUV, sedan, or just a general car, so it will not give any false alarms. But I'm curious to test this out on a roller coaster sometime soon, so stay tuned for my overall review video with the Series 8 and the SE2. But it's smart enough false detection, which is quite neat. And then in addition to that, this is the first time that Apple actually allows the fall detection and the crash detection to be enabled by default. Previously, you had to be a certain age, I believe it was 65 or older. If you're 65 and older on your health app, it will automatically be enabled, but now it's enabled by default. Now, I'm actually really impressed that Apple was able to maintain the starting price of the Apple Watch to this generation Apple Watch on the SE2 and the Series 8, because with everything that happened just the last 2 years, inflation, chip shortages, I gotta give Apple an applause for maintaining their starting price to make these into a good entry-level price tag for a good smartwatch, especially the SE2. And speaking of the SE2, the SE actually is the Apple Watch that finally killed the Series 3, which in my opinion was a horrible ripoff. So SE2, you did it. You killed the Series 3. But it was a fair trade-off because for $50 more, that previous watch was retailed for $199. This is $249. you have the improvement chips. Not only are the previous sensors we were talking about, like the gyroscope and accelerometer, as well as the safety features, but this actually has a more modern chipset inside. So although it did maintain the previous generation body design, like the screen is the 44, not the latest 45 millimeter. From far distance, it looks identical. It's really hard to really tell between a 45 and the 44. The same applies with the smaller display options as well, which are indeed available. But inside shares the same chipset that's found on the Series 8 Apple Watch, which is the latest S8, according to this website. But Apple is claiming this is 20% faster than the previous generation SE, and I believe it. So because of that, even though the exterior is the older body style, inside it's really extremely modern. Now, although every Apple Watch on watchOS 9 that's compatible all received the new low power capability, but on the Series 8, Apple's claiming that it's able to actually last up to 36 hours under a single charge. Now, from my personal experience, this is day one of me using the Series 8. It's been able to surpass my previous Apple Watches in terms of battery life, but that's just on regular mode. So this weekend, I'm actually planning on testing it out on low power mode and make a low power mode comparison video test in the near future. I made one similar, so here's a little preview if you'd like to watch that. But yeah, this watch is allegedly able to last up to 36 hours. And from my personal experience, currently about over 24 hours with this watch. It seems like it can, but I'm not guaranteeing it just yet. And then if you go with the cellular model, which both are indeed available, they have that option. International roaming is coming soon to both of these Apple Watches over a software update. So in actuality, these two are actually 100% identical, excluding the always on display hardware, the new body redesign, the slimmer bezels, but it's only the Series 8 that actually has a water and dust resistant rating, not just the swim proof rating that you see back here, as the Series 8 is IP6S, according to Apple's website. Which I find it weird that the SE2 isn't, even though it is waterproof, well, swim proof I should say, up to 50 meters of course. But aside from that, that's really the only features that these two Apple Watches have, and the features that separate both of them from each other. And it's not really a lot compared to the Series 8, so in my personal opinion, my inner thoughts, just sharing this with you guys, I still think the best value is the SE, even the 2022 model. Just saying, you have all the cool stuff that we got from watchOS 9, all integrated with this amazing body, and I'm a huge fan of this backside. Aside from that, there you guys have it. That is basically my hands-on experience with both of these Apple Watches. Share me your thoughts. What do you think? What do you think? Do you think the Series 8 actually is more superior and a better value than the SE? I'd like to know your thoughts as well. Aside from that, I appreciate every single one of you guys for watching. If you made it this far, make sure to hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you are subscribed, so I got plenty of more content revolving around the Apple Watches for the next few weeks. So if you'd like to stay tuned for that, make sure you are subscribed. In the meantime, if you wish to watch more, check out these two videos revolving around these two Apple Watches. See you guys on the next one. Peace.